Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. Last time around, if you remember, we got Garrus part of our team, and just found out that there's a Quarian with information about Saren and the Geth, and that bartender guy Fist, who from the club where we found Harkin at, sold out the Shadow Broker for Saren because apparently he's an idiot. As for what we're going to do this time, I have absolutely no idea. Let's see here though. 13 of 21 keepers. I do know one thing. We're going to do some codex entries. It's been a while. Time to get listening.
The Elcor are a citadel species native to the high-gravity world Dakuna. They are massive creatures, standing on 4 muscular legs for increased stability. Elcor move slowly, an evolved response to an environment where a fall can be lethal. This has colored their psychology, making them deliberate and conservative. Elcor's speech is ponderous and monotone. Among themselves, scent, slight movements, and sub-vocalized infrasound convey shades of meaning that make a human smile seem as subtle as a fireworks display. Since their subtlety can lead to misunderstandings with other species, the Elcor often go out of their way to clarify when they are being sarcastic, amused, or angry. Dakuna's high gravity impedes mountain formation. Most of the world consists of flat, open plains, which prehistoric Elcor wandered across in small family bands. Modern Elcor still prefer open sky, and can become restless and uncomfortable on long starship journeys.
Actually, as there's quite a lot of these new codex entries, I'm not going to have us listen to all of them.
The Elcor are a citadel species.
That's a derp. I'm just going to do this.
The Volus are a member.
I may go through them myself later, but there's a lot of the primary ones, and
after the Geths,
I really don't want to go through
the
every
Citadel,
single one.
the Council. Biotics is a virtual.
I'll read the secondary ones, though.
Combat, kinetic barrier, Medigel.
Alright. Presidium Ring. The ring is an enclosed loop of park-like space serving as the connection point for the wards. The interior walls are lined with the embassies of influential species and private residences for the galaxy's elite. The Presidium is full of open air, restaurants, bars, and luxurious meeting areas. Gravity is about 1/3 Earth normal. A holographic sky is projected over the ceiling of the ring. Unlike the 24/7 bustle of the wards, the Presidium maintains a 20-hour day schedule with a 6-hour night where lights are dimmed and the sky goes through a night cycle. Offices and residences are often open to the interior. It is not unusual for embassies to have no exterior wall at all. This does not cause a crime problem due to the heavy C-Sec presence and ubiquitous monitoring devices on the Presidium. Thieves are quickly identified and apprehended. The ring is the location of the Citadel spaceports. Being closer to the center of the spin, there is less motion for a ship to match, and the reduced spin gravity makes handling cargo easier. Hundreds of ships pass through the Citadel every day, and every species within embassy is granted a private dock. The tower at the center of the ring holds the administration of the Citadel Council. The tower rises over 1 kilometer from the ring, appearing to thrust forward parallel to the ward's arms. As the tower is at the center of the spin axis, it experiences little centrifugal force. Gravity is maintained using Mass Effect fields at a 90-degree angle to the ring and wards. A consular dock can be found at the base of the tower. While normally used for diplomatic couriers and spectre business, the shuttle's docked here can evacuate the council government in an emergency. That's just gibberish. This is really long, so I'm not going to read it. Treaty of Fairfax, and due to the destructive potential of dreadnoughts, the Council races agreed at the Fairfaxan Naval Conference to fix a ratio of dreadnought construction between themselves. At the top of the pyramid is the peacekeeping Turian fleet. Below the Turians are the other Council races, currently the Asari and Solarians. Council associate races are at the bottom. The Human Systems Alliance is part of this last group. The ratio of Turian to Council to associate dreadnought is 5 to 3 to 1. For every dreadnought humans are permitted to build, the Asari have 3 and the Turians 5. I know that's some kind of history reference to pre-World War I, but I can't think of what it is. So it's interesting how that happens. Okay. Random military jargon I am not going to read. Again, you can read that bit yourself, as it's pretty much irrelevant. This is actually relevant, so I will read it. Biotics manipulate Mass Effect fields using dozens of Element Zero nodules within their nervous system that react to electric stimuli from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize their nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve a specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access, though the user must be careful to keep it free of contaminants. Indeed, I don't want to think what contaminants in something at the base of your skull would feel like. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps, and there is a growing market for modifications and add-ons. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, with the Alliance's L3 implants, first deployed in 2170, are a significant step forward. Real-time communication is possible thanks to networks of expensive mass relay comm buoys that can daisy-chain a transmission via lasers. Comm buoys are maintained in a pattern outward from every mass relay. The buoys are little more than a cluster of primitive miniature mass relays. Each individual buoy is connected to a partner on another buoy in the network, forming a corridor, sorry I can't talk apparently, of low mass space. Tight beam communications lasers are piped through these tubes of FTL space, allowing virtually instantaneous communication anywhere on the network. The networks connect across regions by communications lasers through the mass relays. With this system, the only communications delay is the light lag between the source or destination and the closest buoy. So as long as all parties remain within half a light second, 150,000 kilometers of buoys, seamless real-time communications are possible. Since buoys are maintained in all traveled areas, most enjoy unlimited instant communications. Ships only suffer communications lag when operating off established deep space routes, around uninhabited outer systems, gas giants, and other unsettled areas. During wartime, comm buoy networks are the first target of attack. Makes sense, right? Once the network is severed, it can take anywhere from weeks to years to get a message out of a contested system. In systems where a buoy network has not yet been built or has been destroyed, rapid communications means ferrying information through high-speed courier ships and unmanned data drones. Wow, that was long. And you see why I would have preferred to be able to keep up with the actual codexes as I was getting them, right? Anyways, this is just talking about how credits make stuff easier because they're harder to steal since they're digital. and how treasuries were linked to the network and all that. Yes, yes. Did I miss something? Apparently I did. And you can upgrade your weapons. Oh yay. Sorry, but a lot of that stuff is long, goes on a tangent, and is largely irrelevant. So I'm skipping it. And we're going not to use that because I don't have access to the thing I want to go to yet. Let's get going. We need to say hi to CSEC and see if we can find a certain someone who was mentioned last time around. But we're going to do something else first.
Commander Shepard? Excuse me, Commander Shepard!
Hello, and goodbye loading screen.
I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
A journalist, so you're related to the devil then? Because that's journalists for you, right? You'll see what I mean later.
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation.
Sorry, I don't go to stripper clubs. Cora's Den doesn't count, people.
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
Typical journalist stuff, eh?
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
And less of a bitch than one of the ones you're gonna meet later. I have to say that.
You gotta have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. I read about the siege of Torfin, sending your men to their deaths, shooting slavers as they tried to surrender.
Not fun.
I need someone who isn't
No.
afraid to get their hands dirty. Someone who'll do what needs to be done. That's you.
Okay.
Sounds like a good cause. If I find any information, it's yours.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Hopefully not. Or that may turn out to be a lie. And I may just not give you the information because I decided I would regret it. Okay, to CSEC Academy down here. Let's see. Goddamn loading screen. What's this codex? Blah blah blah. Don't care about you. So let's go. I want to see about this Krogan down in CSEC. Maybe we can get him to team up with us. We will see. Interesting.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
Yeah, I imagine there was something like that during the European colonization when people got stopped having the idea that it was a romanticized thing to do and it would just all be awesome. When that got ditched, I imagine they had the same problem. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. And here's the guy we want.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Wrex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Yeah, that guy has to be pretty stupid to threaten someone like him.
Go on. Get out of here.
As I said, he must
Do I
have
know
a death
you,
wish.
human?
My name's Shepard. I'm going after Fist. Thought you might want to come along.
Indeed.
Shepard. Commander Shepard.
That's
I've heard a
me.
lot about you. We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Yeah.
Fist knows you're coming.
That's okay.
We'll have a
He
better
seems
chance
like
if
a
we
bit
all
of an
work together.
asshole, honestly. I
My
can't say I'll be
people have
too
a
sorry
saying.
about him.
Seek the enemy of your enemy. You will find a friend.
Yeah.
Glad to have you on the team, Wrex.
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
Yes, well, for certain reasons you may be able to figure out, I'm not actually going to bring Wrex along. Garrus and Kaidan work well. Plus, it makes a more balanced team. You'll see why soon enough. Oh, there it is. Core's den. And get ready for a fight. As we're going to be going into one very soon. Shepard has the shotgun out. And
Looks like
it's
it's shut
locked down.
Fist knows we're coming.
Now it gets fun!
That's one way to put it. And now that guy gets dead. Get out of my line of sight, Kaidan. I absolutely hate that in this game. You have allies who get in your line of sight and don't seem to care about it.
Enemies everywhere!
And worse,
Enemies everywhere!
yeah, sometimes they don't use cover. I hate that. You have someone on your side, but they're suicidal and do not utilize cover properly. Let's just say it's not fun. Throw him. And he's dead.
Enemies everywhere!
Let me see.
Enemies everywhere!
You're dead?
Good to go.
I'm on it!
I'm feeling the hurt now. If you hadn't guessed, some of my moves in this game tend to be a little on the reckless side.
Locked and loaded.